The battle for Rivera began with the terrifying arrival of metal beasts that tore through the city gates like paper. Cardinal Yu watched in horror as his defenses crumbled, the deafening blasts signaling the end of his arrogant reign. A supernatural wind swept through the battlefield, claiming the lives of soldiers who were caught off guard. Cardinal Yu struggled to hold his position, his knuckles white against the iron chains as he fought the very elements. Desperate to turn the tide, Thaman Gandalf attempted a forbidden conversion, chanting sacred prayers to Adonis. He stood firm, believing his blessings would command the iron beasts to bow before their faith. The conversion failed. A massive explosion ripped through the air, silencing Gandalf's prayers instantly. Cardinal Yu realized in that heartbeat that his god had abandoned him, and the path to escape was the only way to survive. The enemy forces emerged from their metal carriages, their discipline and superior weaponry shattering the remaining resistance. The Adonis followers finally understood that they were not fighting monsters, but a far deadlier human force. Sergeant Petra took command, her machine gun fire creating a wall of lead that tore through the enemy's lines. The sounds of rapid gunfire were unlike anything the city defenders had ever encountered, sounding like the voice of an angry god. Amidst the carnage, Landon moved with eerie confidence, his eyes tracking the enemy's movements as he led the final push toward the prison estate. The inner sector was within reach, and with it, the resolution to this brutal conflict. Artemis stood at the threshold of the prison, his blade gleaming with the promise of vengeance. The time for the giants to reclaim their dignity had arrived, as they prepared to breach the dungeons and silence their torturers. The battle intensified as Artemis led his people into the fray. Every strike was fueled by the memory of the abuse they had suffered, and as their enemies fell, the giants felt the first sweet taste of retribution. Pain guided the group through the labyrinthine corridors of the prison, his memory acting as the key to the underground cells. Every turn was dangerous, but their resolve was absolute as they sought the heart of the facility. The barrier finally broke under the force of a perfectly placed explosive. The shockwave rattled the stone halls, clearing the way for the rescue team to enter the depths where the most broken of their brothers waited. Landon coordinated the final push through his communicator, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the destruction surrounding him. The prison was falling, and his mission to secure the hostages was proceeding exactly as planned. Deep within the prison, Nicholas Kelper lay in the grip of death, his body ravaged by months of torture. Hope seemed like a forgotten dream until the sound of footsteps signaled the end of their long nightmare. The reunion was heavy with grief. Pain and Artemis looked upon Nicholas with shattered hearts, seeing the shadow of the man they once knew, yet the spark of life remained, urging them to act quickly to save him. Every second was a race against death. The medical team took over, their hands moving with practiced precision to stabilize Nicholas. He was carried out of the darkness, destined for the care he had been denied for far too long. Cardinal Yu attempted a final, desperate gambit, hiding amongst the fallen, but Captain Osman was waiting. Their clash was a silent, lethal dance of technique where every motion was aimed at ending the conflict. As the dust settled, the citizens of Rivera emerged, stunned by their sudden freedom. The tyranny had collapsed in a single day, and the people began to realize that their nightmare was truly over. Far away, Prince Daniel Lockhart watched the developments with a sinister smile. He viewed the chaos as a stepping stone, his eyes fixated on the throne of Corona and the woman he intended to claim as his own. In Baymard, a young boy named Matthew waited with bated breath. The arrival of his sister, Emily, was a spark of warmth in his life, and together they prepared for a miracle that would forever change his world. The moment arrived. With trembling hands, the doctor fitted the device, and for the first time in his 10 years of life, the silence was replaced by the vibrant sounds of the world. He heard his own heartbeat, steady and strong. Tears flowed freely as he realized he was finally whole. The miracle of Baymard had gifted him a sense he thought was lost forever. On the high seas, the fury of nature tested the resolve of Prince Daniel's men. They battled through a tempest of epic proportions, driven by a mission that threatened to shadow the future of kingdoms. Back on solid ground, Earl Petage moved like a phantom in the night. The Empire's blade shielded his innocent children, his heart burning with a rage that would soon consume those who dared to target his family. With thousands of loyal men at his back, Petage set out to purge the darkness. The witches would learn that the Empire's blade did not negotiate with those who threatened his kin. The hunt had begun.